All right, so this next video is for the GameReady units that we use in the training room. So we're going to go over the setup. First thing we want to do is actually add the water and the ice. So we're going to look inside here and show where there's a water line right there. It says number 1, and then number 2 is add the ice. So we're going to come over here to where the whirlpool is, and we're going to go ahead and fill up the water. All right, ready? All right, so let's. We're going to go ahead and fill the water up. Again, we will see there's an arrow in there, and it shows where a water line. So we're going to fill the water up to that water line. Whoop, and turn it off. There you go. It doesn't have to be, oh my God, so precise, but also don't want to come up to here. But so we've got the water line. Now we're going to go over to the ice machine and fill up some ice. Ready? Okay. All right, so now we're going to go ahead and just start filling up ice. Not real exciting here. All right, so we're up to that ice level right there. That's fine. It doesn't have to be extremely precise, but we're good there. Take the lid and close that. All right, so first thing we're going to do is actually then add the power supply, so we're plugging in that. And then we're going to look at the screen. That's all right, so we've got the on button, so power button, we want to turn it on. Then it gives you our kind of menu. This big dial knob here is actually for the temperature. I don't know if you can see that there, where we can dial in a specific temperature. It always defaults to the 15 minutes, and then it says the pressure right here is low. So this is your pressure gauge button right here, where you'll see that it goes through medium, high, and then off pressure. So depending upon the injury, if you can use pressure or not, I mean, that's going to be determined by, again, if it's, an acute injury or, subacute. And let's see, also time-wise, I generally do like a 20-minute treatment time, so you can plus or minus your time in increments. So like if you want to go up to 20 minutes or 25, there are also actually computerized programs on the setup too that are already pre-programmed. I just use kind of the one that's, the basic default program, okay? And then there's also, if you want to, turn on or off the sound for the beep and all that, so when it goes off. Go ahead and pause that. Ready? I generally, take the temperature down to about 36 degrees Fahrenheit. That can vary though too, depending upon the individual. Right? Okay, and then we'll talk about a quick setup. I do, usually do a 20-minute treatment time at about 36 degrees Fahrenheit. And then the pressure, like I said, will vary. I actually have a few that are already set up. We're going to show you here in just a second, and then we'll go ahead and set up an ankle and a knee. All right, so we've got an ankle set up here on this athlete. And then the next one we're going to look at is we've got a knee set up there. And this is actually connected to one of the units as we kind of follow the hose along. This is actually a dual hose. So you can see the two lines. And we're going to come over to this unit over here that's actually in progress right now. And we'll even pan on to the menu to look at. So they've got about 4 minutes left, and they're actually on the, it looks like we're actually, did you guys go to, yeah, they went to pressure, they went to the high, and they're set at 36 degrees Fahrenheit. So they're set up there, and then we're going to show you another setup that's using a dual hose. And this one actually, there, if you can see that one, that's fine. This one's a dual hose, and we have 2 athletes that are set up with the shoulders, okay? So, yeah, so got, a right shoulder hookup and then a left shoulder hookup, and actually they wanted to have the pressure on high as well. Okay. So the nice thing is with this setup, you can do a single hose. So that means a single treatment on one body part, or you could do a multiple one. So which we showed earlier, the double hose setup. Okay. So what we're going to do is we have a an athlete over here where we're going to go ahead and set her up on the ankle and the knee. We're going to show those setups really quick. All right, so there are various sleeves to use. We actually have the ankle, the knee, and then the shoulders that we showed earlier. They make ones for the groin. I've got, you know, the elbow, wrist, you name it. So what we want to show you though is at least they're labeled, so you see like this is ankle large, and then we actually have an ankle extra large too. And then I don't know if you can see this one over here. It just says knee straight. And so like we use that that can even go, yes, for the knee, but it can go over the thigh too. We're gonna set these up here in just a moment. Also want to show you the inside here of this bladder. This is for the ankle, and it kind of shows you where, oh, okay, place your heel here. So the heel will go down in this area. Some of the newer designs, they kind of show like the outline of, you know, the heel and then the arch. So at least it shows you where to place the foot and then how to set it up. I'll go ahead and show you like which Velcro strips to do first. Okay, ready? Mm-hmm. Okay, so we're gonna set up the ankle. So here again is the heel outline. So we're gonna put that right there. And then what I do is I tuck this in. We want to avoid you know, any wrinkles or creases. And then I do that Velcro first, and then I do this one second, so it lays there. And then on the back side, I kind of tuck this one underneath and then fold this Velcro piece back. And then that ankle is set up. So before I hook up the hose, I'm gonna go ahead and set up the knee sleeve too, okay? All right, so the athlete was kind already to lift her leg up, and we put the sleeve underneath. And so when we wrap this on, we want to avoid you know, any creases. So tuck that under, and then we bring this back. Actually, the problem we're going to run into is the hose connectors. So let's do this real quick. Let's switch. We'll do the other leg. Okay, that's all right there. Just so we get that up. Wrap that around, and then just connect with your Velcro. Just lay it on so it makes a nice smooth fit. Go ahead and pop on back up here. So what we can do now is we're going to do a dual treatment. So knee and ankle on this athlete. We're going to come over to the unit. Here, I'll actually turn it this way if we can. Well, here, I'll turn the device here. So we've got the plug in, and it's a pretty easy. You look at the form of the 3 holes to set up with those 3 prongs, and it'll make a nice little click. Sets in there, and you can always see about trying to back it out. When you do want to disconnect, you actually just disconnect with the red button there, okay? So that's nice and snug, and it's in place. And then basically we just want to go ahead and connect our hoses. So same thing here, where we've got a connection here, snaps in place. And this one, oh, there you go, this one here, and snaps in place, okay? And then we're just gonna go back to our setup. So we're setting up as a 20-minute treatment, 36 degrees Fahrenheit, and then the pressure will actually set it at medium pressure. That's fine, just again for a demonstration. And then all we do is then hit the, you know, the go button or the play button right there. Okay, so we'll go ahead and do that, and then you'll hear the machine kind of pumping through, and you hear the pump. So a couple things to remember though. That sometimes there will be an error, and the error will pop up on the screen, and it'll stop, and it'll beep, and it'll continuous beep, and it might give us either numbers or letters to indicate what type of error it is. The most common errors are when we're setting this up, either we didn't connect the hoses properly, or there might be a kink in the bladders or something with the sleeves, or dear God, somebody forgot to even put like water in there, so there's just ice, but then there's no water in order to pump through. So if that happens, you just go to the manual and check inside the manual and look to see what the code is for that particular error. And then if we want to stop the athlete, let's say we didn't get, you know, our whole 20-minute treatment time, well then just, you know, you hit the play pause button, then you can disconnect them. Even if you want to change any of your, you know, parameters on this, change the pressure, because maybe the athlete was like, wow, man, that hurts too much. Just pause it and then change the pressure. If we needed to change the time, we could do that too, okay? All right, so pretty much basic setup. Again, this is a video is more designed for our in-class when we go ahead and teach this as a lab. Hopefully it's helpful you know, to anybody else that might need that. And have a good day.